Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now if you have a modern system then Minecraft will run absolutely fine, no problems. As you can see I've got an i5-12400F and an RTX 4070 Super and we're getting over 1000 FPS in some areas. Now when it comes to Minecraft I like to apply shaders and one of my favourites is the Sonic Ether Unbelievable shaders, the renewed version. So if we enable that here I feel that Minecraft doesn't lose what makes it Minecraft in terms of looks and feel, but it certainly adds something to the visuals that doesn't impact performance like massively, not as big as some other shader packs. So with this system we're still getting over 300 FPS a lot of the time. With improved graphics the water especially looks really good, but of course on a system like this it was always going to run fairly well. Granted there are a few dips and drops, but I can't complain too much given how it looks. That said, I think it's time to test a slightly weaker GPU, the £5 GeForce 310 that took on Grand Theft Auto 5 not long ago, and well it didn't fail, but we did have to turn things down to a miserable 240p or maybe 360p. Either way it looked horrendous, but let's see what it can do here. Okay, so first of all we need to see how the game runs with the GeForce 310 with the standard graphics, or rather the fancy graphics mode. I think this was a little bit risky considering we're using well, we're running at 16 frames per second and we're only in the graphics menu, so I'm going to leave things at default for now with the fancy options. 8 chunks render distance. We're using Optifine as well, so yeah, that's worth noting. I'm going to jump into a random new world map and see what the frame rate's like before we've enabled the shader pack. Alright, so as you can see here with the fancy visuals and the 8 chunks render distance, Minecraft isn't running too bad. I mean, we're getting at least 30 FPS with some slowdown. Let's just plonk some TNT down here. We're gonna put quite a lot down and then set it ablaze. Oh no, I didn't think about the animals. Sorry. Oh, they're good. We're good. We're fine. Right. So yeah, I mean, it didn't affect things too much. Ideally, we are going to want the fast. Oh, not fabulous. Please no. We're going to absolutely melt the graphics card. Let's switch to fast. You know what? We'll turn the render distance down. We'll turn the simulation distance down as well. 2 chunks, 5 chunks. Let's see how the game's running now. Oh, well, there we go. I mean, look at this. I really can't complain. This isn't exactly ideal in terms of visuals, but if you want to play Minecraft on a tired old GeForce 310 that certainly isn't intended for gaming, this is probably one of the best ways to do it, especially if you want to maintain 1080p resolution. It's like playing Silent Hill on the PS1, except nothing scary should pop out at me, but you never know. Let's just plonk some TNT down once again before we switch to the shaders and see how things are affected. Stay away, horsey. Right, we're good. Okay, yeah, so, you know, we still... Whoa, that made me jump. Oh, that made me jump. Yeah, so we're still getting at least 60 FPS, even during explosions. I mean, the sky just looks pretty depressing in fast mode here with everything turned right down, doesn't it? But let's see how much the shaders impact things and whether or not they actually look good even when we've turned things down. So we have the SEUS Renewed shaders here. We're going to double click that. We're going to load the game once again, or this will happen automatically. We're going to see just how it... Oh my goodness. Okay. As you can see here, we have the GeForce 310, says at the bottom here. I had a bit of a problem with the drivers because it wouldn't install the latest drivers. I think the card is dying. I had to install the drivers through Windows Update. So yeah, it failed both times when I tried to install it manually. If GTA 5 didn't kill the card completely though, Minecraft with shaders will. So we're going to hit done. We're going to get back into the game. We were seeing about 90 FPS before. This card has about 512 megabytes of VRAM. I think I'm seeing some artifacts on screen. Oh my goodness. So we've gone from 90 to about 1 FPS. It looks like there's a mosquito invasion as well. Now there must be a way that we can improve upon this 1 FPS average. Maybe not. In fact, we've just dropped down to 0 FPS. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to make a few tweaks. and then I'll show you what I've done in a couple of minutes to try and improve things. This card is literally dying right before our very eyes here. Oh my goodness, come on, stay with me. Yeah, I'll make a couple of tweaks and join you again in a second. Alright, so what I've done is I've gone through all of these options, including the shader settings, and turned everything down to its minimum. Now it still says 1 FPS here, but I'm hopeful that when we jump back into the game we will see at least 1 FPS. If not, we may have to sacrifice that smooth and sharp 1080p res. Who knows though, I imagine we're going to have to sacrifice it, but let's get back into the game and see if reducing everything has actually... No, it hasn't. It has not changed a thing. I've turned everything down. We can literally see the edge of the map here. The water is decimating our frame rate. Let's move away from the water and see what happens here. In fact, it's made things worse. How have I made things worse by turning everything down? No, to be honest, I think it doesn't really matter because the card is just maxing out anyway. Not only that, it's maxing out in terms of the VRAM. I think that's the biggest problem. When we enable shaders like this, it just gobbles up the entirety of the VRAM. It was pretty much doing so beforehand anyway with the standard graphics. Look at the frame time, it's over 900 milliseconds sometimes. So yeah, not a pleasant Minecraft experience to say the least. So what I think I'll do now is I'll jump back into the settings and we'll turn the resolution down a little bit. Join me in a couple of moments when I have done that. Alright, so what we've done now is turn things down to 640 by 480. We'll enable the FPS overlay once again. 7 FPS, not looking good for the GeForce 310. Let's jump back into the game. Absolutely marvellous. I mean, it's 1,000,000% better than what it was. Sure, we're running with less than 10 frames per second, but we can enjoy the fancy new visuals that this shader pack brings with it. Now, obviously, I'm sure the creator of the shaders expected you to have a slightly better graphics card than an actual potato in order to run this. So of course I wasn't expecting much. I'm honestly surprised that the game now looks this good and runs with at least 1 FPS. I thought for sure that we weren't going to exceed that. I seem to be going up in the air for some reason. Usually I hit the spacebar twice and we fall out of the sky, but I think we'll just go with it. What is going on? I don't want to go under the water, that's going to tank our performance. Marvellous. Right, what we'll do is we will make good use of the TNT once again, see how far the frame rate drops. I'm not sure whose idea this was. I think I saw a comment the other day asking me to try this. Now I think there will be other shader packs that will perform better, of course. I think in terms of visuals this one looks good and it's certainly one I'd recommend. Now the graphics card was on the brink of dying earlier. We had a few effects. They seem to be gone now. All we've got left is floating trees because our render distance is so short. But let's see what happens now. Going in at 480p, igniting the TNT. Here we go. Please do not kill my graphics card. Oh well, we dropped to 6 FPS, but nothing too major. And it still looks pretty good. Yeah, underwater, the underwater effects look really good. We can do better than that though. Let's absolutely decimate performance. Let's lay down some more TNT. See what happens. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm giving you a headache because I'm certainly getting a headache looking at this. So yeah, you are not the only ones. Right, here we go then. TNT time. Okay, so here we go. Minecraft with shaders at 480p on the GeForce 310, laying down some TNT. What will this do to our graphics card? I'm going to laugh if it just switches off or something like that. I'm not expecting it to. I think the frame rate will just drop to about 1 FPS again. Let's just load the screen up with TNT here, see what happens. Yeah, it should go pretty well, I think. Do you know what? Even at 480p, it's still looking pretty good. Almost done. Just a few more blocks. Oh, I think that'll be enough. Let's ignite that now. Stand back. See what happens. I don't think I'm standing back far enough. And 6, 5, 4, and the game and the game has frozen. Oh, we're back. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I need this card to survive for the next video. So thanks for watching. There are probably better shaders that will perform better. less intensive ones on a card like this, but in terms of these shaders on this card, they were never intended to run on a card like this, but they will, sort of, with less than 10 FPS. What an absolute disaster. Thanks for watching though, this has certainly been fun and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.